How's it going, everybody? Adrian here, back to share some really interesting things, especially about how the Black Desert Online community has responded to the remastered presentation. And spoiler alert, not everyone is pleased. A couple of days ago, Black Desert Online unveiled their BDO remastered keynote, showing off the brand new graphics and audio updates alongside upcoming content, and I've put out a quick recap video that summarized this, and you can watch that by clicking the card above or the link in the description box below if you haven't watched it already. Based on the feedback from players about Remastered, many feel that Pearl Abyss has got their priorities all wrong. While the graphics and audio updates are welcomed by many, players still feel that other aspects of the game needs revamps as well. I've read all your comments you guys have shared, in addition to browsing the forums, Reddit, and watching what other content creators had to say as well. Here are the things that Black Desert Online players want to see addressed and fixed the most. First and most requested by you guys is for the game to revamp the PvE, beginning with including better endgame PvE content. BDO holistically was designed for PvP at endgame, with all the open world battles, guild node wars, and naval battles on offer, but many players would love to see Pearl Abyss diversify endgame to include more PvE content, like traditional dungeons maybe. BDO doesn't have dungeons that you'd find in most other theme park MMOs, and that's one feature that might make endgame content more interesting for players. Another aspect of PvE that many of you talked about was the content difficulty, and large portions of the early and mid-game is unchallenging, which ends up being boring and repetitive. To some extent, the remastered update is looking at adjusting content difficulty at the early levels, but how far they'll tune and tweak things remains to be seen. Up next, and one of my favorite comments so far, are the calls for revamping the RNG system. BDO's gear upgrade or enhancement system is incredibly RNG reliant, which has caused a lot of frustrated sighs, groans, and heartache from players that want to gear up. It's evident that the enhancement system was built in a way to ensure one of two things. You either keep trying because you're competitive, or you'll spend money in the cash shop. I hear you folks though, a better upgrade system would be awesome, but this is not going to happen anytime soon. Pearl Abyss feels indifferent about how other regions think and feel by the looks of things. Oh well. And then we have the performance and optimization side of things, which many still wonders how Pearl Abyss can justify polishing the graphics when there are plenty of aesthetic issues still remaining. Players have rightly pointed out that texture pop-ins, where one sees in-game assets magically and jarringly appear on the screen out of nowhere as you move through the world, is still an eyesore and something needs to be done about it. In other areas, FPS drops are being experienced here and there, so optimization on the live servers should warrant a closer look. The good news is, Remastered will take a look at these things, and it's not just a polish update, so only time will tell if performance gets better or worse with the new update. The other thing I've seen a lot of feedback on is players not liking how their characters look the same after 50 or so levels from wearing the same gear and stuff, and that is a noble complaint. Players want to stand out and look good with their gear and cosmetics, and I get how that breaks immersion in a realistic sandbox world when you're standing in town next to 10 other players that look the same as you. But I can already hear Pearl Abyss talking over a lunch break about this issue, saying, "What? Go buy some costumes then, and after that buy Murph's palette and dye it fancy. That'll sort you out." Jokes aside though, what other games offer as free cosmetic systems, BDO puts behind a paywall, and while they are optional, it kinda does suck, doesn't it? And last but not least, a prominent feedback I've seen are the calls for the devs to take a closer look at class balance as well. Class balance is an ongoing effort by all MMORPGs, and it is an important part of maintaining the fun and live experiences players get from MMOs. BDO has been called out for blatantly nerfing existing classes whenever a new class comes out to entice players to roll the newer class instead, potentially spending more money on it. I have no evidence of this, but it's hard to ignore it when a large portion of the community has raised this concern. And if I was part of a studio that's all about nickel and diming players as a business strategy, it's realistically what the studio might just do, ethical or not. As for the large quantities of pay-to-win comments, this is a topic that we can debate about for years and years, and the truth is nothing will change. Black Desert Online was designed in a way to make money through systems that games in the West kind of refrain from doing, and because it works in Pearl Abyss's core market, I feel like they've fallen into a false sense of business security where feedback in other regions don't really matter yet. But hey, you know what they say, if you really want to change something, be vocal about it and vote with your wallets. So I'd really love to hear from all you Black Desert Online players. Do you agree with what the global BDO community want instead of just remastered aesthetics? What else should Pearl Abyss focus on? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. This is your platform as much as it is mine. Hit the like button for the love of MMOs, and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more MMO content. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching. Hey folks, welcome to the end screen. Thank you very much for watching that video. If you want to watch more, you can click on the cards at the bottom here, and feel free to subscribe to the channel with the button down there, which will give you notifications on all my latest uploads. Later, Gator.